Hey guys, good morning and welcome back to my channel, or welcome for the first time if you're watching. Today we are having a very chill Sunday. I just got back from church and I'm about to meet with a friend and my sister. We're gonna go have brunch together and I'm really excited for it. I just thought I would pick up the camera and vlog because I've been thinking lately about the fact that when I'm in my old age, right, and I'm in my deathbed, or maybe less gruesome, when I'm in my rocking chair, living life, reflecting, I don't want to feel regretful of the fact that I never vlogged and tried to at least like genuinely pursue a dream of mine that I've had since I was probably like 9 or 10 years old, which was to do YouTube. Regardless if it turns into a career or not, this is something that I know that as long as I put the effort in and I put my heart and my mind and my soul into it, I can feel good about the fact that if it flops, right? And so here I am. I bought a camera and I thought of it as an investment. I have been trying to be extremely frugal and just good with my finances. And so when I got this camera, I was like, okay, let me look at this as an investment piece, which it is if I'm consistent with it. So that's kind of my motivating factor right there. But yeah, if you don't know me, hi, my name is Claudia. I'm 24 and I have just been trying to put God at the center of everything that I do lately because I've realized that God has been touching my life since day one, regardless of if I ever felt like he wasn't, or that he wasn't there, or just wasn't showing up for me the ways that I thought that he should have or could have. I acknowledge now that he absolutely has been in my life. And I feel his presence so much more, especially this past fall when I like really just give my life to him and leaned into my journey of faith. So yes, I am on a faith journey right now and it's been really, really beautiful, to be honest with you. I have so much peace and clarity. I have never doubted that something was going to work out because things have always worked out. I have just been able to map out in my lifetime the miracles that God has been performing on me. So if you haven't already figured it out, yes, I love God. So yes, it's a beautiful Sunday today. I have a few days off and I've had the past few days off actually. I just got back from a road trip with a girlfriend, which is to me like that was a blessing. That was a prayer, something that I had been praying for. That was an answered prayer. We stayed in Moab for a few nights and saw Arches. We did Arches National Park. We did Canyonlands, and we stayed at an Airbnb for one night, and then we kind of like car camped for the other 2 nights that we were in Utah. But overall, I'm just so excited that I'm in this chapter of my life where traveling and saving money and pursuing God is basically the focal point of everything right now, and family. I have learned how important it is that if you are blessed or fortunate enough to have family, that you squeeze them tight with love and let them know, remind them how cared for they are, even when it feels like, you know, maybe you're drifting apart or you're going through things. And I know that all family dynamics are not the same. Having my family by my side has been like my number one. The relationship I have with myself is also something that I value so much. That has been something I have worked heavy towards for the past, oh my gosh, was when I was 16 years old. But in these more recent years, I've gone through things that have really just brought me closer with myself, doing therapy, reading books about trauma, how to heal from them, reading books about anger and where that stems from, just really trying to understand myself, because I really believe that, I mean, when we live life, so much of what we live and see and perceive is based on our beliefs, which comes from, you know, our brain, our mental, the psyche, and all of that. Therefore, have a healthy brain so you can have a healthy mindset and healthy beliefs and live a healthy lifestyle. Of course, things are easier said than done, you know, but for me, I guess what I'm trying to say is I value God, I value family, I value my mental health, I value travel. So if those are values that align with your values too, maybe this channel is something that, you know, you might be interested in watching or potentially subscribing to. So that being said, We are just about ready. Me and my sister are meeting up with my friend, aka other older sister. Her name is Ruby. And we're gonna go do that now. Have some brunch together on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday. My gosh, it's gorgeous out here today. And I hope you all have a wonderful Sunday as well. I'll bring you along wherever I feel like the mood strikes. I still get really nervous about vlogging in public. I haven't really started to do that yet. I'm still just very new to this whole experience. Just to introduce you guys, because you will see him around, this is Archie. This is my older brother's dog. He's absolutely precious. I just feel really bad for him because my brother left for the army literally like a couple months ago. So obviously he's been in the care of me and my sister, but that's Archie, and I just wanted to introduce you because you'll be seeing him around in my vlogs, and I will introduce you to my sister in just a moment if she's willing. We made it back from brunch, but I didn't want to put the camera in anyone's face just because we were having very deep conversations and it just didn't feel appropriate. But we did go to brunch and it was really nice to just have some girl time and girl talks. But I'm home now and I thought it would be nice to do like a little get to know me like questionnaire, basic intro questions. What's your zodiac sign? I am a Leo moon, sorry, I'm a Leo sun with Aries moon and Gemini rising. What do you do for work, or what are you passionate about? For work, I am a flight attendant, and it's actually hand in hand with the next question, what are you passionate about? Because I love travel. So choose a job that like you love and gives you the benefits to do the things you love. And there's so many jobs out there that like don't give you that type of flexibility or benefits, but luckily me being in the aviation industry, I have really, really awesome travel benefits. Thank you God, like I'm so grateful for that, and I'm not trying to take that for granted ever. There's like fur in my mouth. Okay, personal and lifestyle questions. What's something most people don't know about you? I'm very hypervigilant, which has made life very anxious for me, but I refuse to be beaten down by the forces of anxiety and social anxiety. That is something I deal with heavily, is the social anxiety aspect, and that might sound crazy because I'm a flight attendant, but the reason I became a flight attendant was to challenge that part of myself, because I know that in challenge and in the uncomfortable spaces is where growth happens. So that's what I'm all about. If that doesn't speak volumes to you about my character, if something poses as a challenge to me and I feel like it's an obstacle that I need to, like a hurdle that just needs to be hurdled and gotten over, basically, I will face it head on to overcoming some of these fears and anxieties. And I've seen myself become so much more confident just because of this job. Are you more introverted or extroverted? Introverted, hands down. I am such an introvert. I can be extroverted, of course. I have a very sociable job. I spend time with a lot of my crew members, and so I'm always around people when I'm at work. But when I'm off, like on my days off, I just love to be home. I love to be a hermit. Or even so, if I am going out on my days off, it's most likely to go on a walk or a hike, and I'm probably doing those things by myself because that's what I like. I bring myself a lot of peace. I am definitely introverted. That is when I'm my best, most comfortable self, which is exactly why vlogging is just like making more and more sense. Like, do we get it yet? Like, I think this is just meant to be for me. What's a guilty pleasure you are not ashamed of? A guilty pleasure I'm not ashamed of. I love a good cocktail. I really, really do. And you know why I'm not ashamed of that anymore is because, and I say anymore because I was ashamed because it was an issue prior. Like, And I mean issue in the sense that I was drinking to cover up feelings and to try to run away from things that just I didn't want to face head on. And now that I've faced those things and I do the therapy and I do the work and I turn to God, I love to just have a cocktail and unwind. Like, that's my thing. If you ever want to get a cocktail, like, yes, that's my thing. But I am so down to go to a speakeasy or like a jazz bar, order a martini or a sangria. That's my jam. So that's definitely my guilty pleasure I'm not ashamed of. I love a cocktail. Travel and dreams category. What's the most beautiful place you've ever been to? This is hard. Tuscany. It's between Tuscany and that's really, really hard. I'm gonna say Sorrento, Italy. Sorrento, Italy is probably one of the most beautiful places I've ever visited. Dream destination you haven't visited yet. Thailand. That's a dream destination that I have not visited yet, but I will. Would you rather live in a big city, small town, or somewhere in nature? I would love to own a home. I would love to own multiple homes. One, I don't know, I kind of like a suburb. It doesn't really give me the option for suburb. But if I could choose between the three, I don't want a small town and I don't want a big city. So somewhere in nature. Okay, now the deeper and reflective questions. What's something you've learned about yourself recently? Yeah, I've learned that I love to be alone, even though I crave friendships and relationships and people because I'm human. Like, that's what we're wired for, is communities thrives. Like, we thrive in tribes, you know what I mean? I've just learned that I love to be by myself. I love to travel solo. I don't care for, you know, the push and pull of big groups. You know, I like to be on my own. I find that that's what brings me peace, which is why I enjoy that so much. I find that in solitude, I have the most peace. So that's the reason for that. I don't mean for that to sound like rude or stuck up, but I find the most peace when I'm on my own, and that's what I enjoy, because that's a big priority of mine, is peace. Song that instantly boosts your mood. Cantissimo by Marina. What's your comfort show? Pretty Little Liars is my comfort show. I've seen the entire series at least 4 times. At least. Do you believe in first sight? I don't. I don't believe in love at first sight. That is like, I feel like I'm too deep of a person to like see someone and just be in love. That's kind of insane to me to think about, but that's just me. I am going to relax for a little bit. Kind of gloomy outside right now. There's a little bit of thunderstorms going on and not much happening in the house. Yeah, if I make vlogs, I want to have something to give you guys, but this is all just like a big learning curve for me right now. So if you are enjoying this or these questions, or you do have any ideas and suggestions for what I should do, please let me know in the comments below. Aside from like the podcasts and the vlogs, like what else should I do? So yeah, I'll see you in a little bit if I decide to record anything else. That right there makes me nervous. Yeah, so I know it's really dark. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out the lighting with this camera. I'm still super new to it. I'm thinking about switching airlines. I'm a flight attendant and I work for one airline. I'm thinking of switching to another. But honestly, with this sort of thing, I leave it in God's hands. It's a little bit scary. I mean, it's a lot bit scary, to be honest, but I did it, and I really am a firm believer that everything is meant to happen for a reason. And if this is in my future, if this is my path, then that's really exciting. But I think just obviously the not knowing of, is this going to be the right fit? Am I going to get based in Denver? Because I'm currently based in Denver with my airline, and I live like 15 minutes from the airport. and it would be kind of frustrating. It would be very frustrating to have to commute if I left this airline. Luckily, this airline does have a base in Denver, so I'm going to bid for that and hope that I get it. But yeah, I'm just kind of at a crossroads with my career right now, and I think that if it's meant to be, it'll be. So we'll see. But I just submitted, I'm on step 2 or phase 2 of the application process, and I just submitted my recordings that they need to screen me and see what they think, if they want to move forward. It's the next day, and I know I look crazy, but I'm about to put on some makeup. And I just wanted to film a little bit. I just cleaned my entire house, which took forever, and I just finished editing the second video that I want to upload to my channel. But I also wanted to like turn the camera on right now to talk about some things that have happened since that video was uploaded. And girl, it's been a lot, you know, like there's just, life is always moving. The ebb and flow of life just is always happening. I've talked about how God will wink at us sometimes, and what I mean by that is there are things in this world that we will never fully understand. Ghost Adventures reference. And one of the things that happened the other night was I had a really like vivid dream about an ex-boyfriend that I had years ago. And mind you, I haven't had contact with this ex-boyfriend in years. So I had a dream with this ex, and this was someone that like really broke my heart and my mind and my spirit. Let me get my eyebrow brush. Right, because he had cheated on me, and it was my first relationship, so I was devastated. That was one of the hardest breakups I feel like I've honestly been through, even with the present day stuff that I've dealt with. But anyways, yeah, I had a really vivid dream about this person. Haven't dreamt about them in a long time. Occasionally I'll have dreams like with exes, but this one was so vivid that after I woke up from the dream, I remember my body like physically just like convulsing, like shivering out of like, ugh, like what? Ew, why did I, what? And I remember that at some point in the dream, I walked away from him and was like, you know what, fuck you. Sorry. I'm not going to deal with this anymore, and blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure what else happened or what happened that led up to that in the dream, but I know for certain, like, I basically walked away. And then, so I wake up from the dream, I shiver, and then I'm like, oh, weird. I get on my phone and I'm just like scrolling. I have a morning scroll. I always check my email. I check my finance, my accounts, make sure everything's looking good. There's no fraudulent activity. That's just part of my morning routine. Anyways, I digress. As I'm looking at my phone, a notification pops up. It says, you got a friend request from blank blank, the name of the ex that I dreamt about very intensely. I'm sorry, that probably sounds like, okay, whatever, that's a coincidence. You guys don't understand, like this, what, this person sent me a friend request. Like, I know that doesn't sound like a big deal, but it kind of is, because that must have meant that you were like thinking about me to have sent me a friend request. And I don't mean that in the way that like, oh, he was thinking about me, which maybe he was, I don't know. But all I know is the night, like right before that, I mean, the dream probably doesn't happen in the night. I think it happened like literally just a couple hours before I actually wake up. So it was maybe 4 a.m. when I was dreaming, but I had the dream nonetheless. And I wake up, I look at my phone, there's a message across the screen, and I had gotten a text that said hi from a number that wasn't in my contacts. So it just had like the phone number, so I didn't know who it was. Through iMessage, it just showed the phone number and that they had written hi, and I was like, who the hell is that? And I've been getting so many spam texts lately, and then For a moment, I thought it was my situationship that I talked to you guys about in my last video. Because in the last video, I tell you guys that I blocked my situationship for, you know, some peace of mind. And so I thought maybe like he's texting me on a different number or something. Maybe he's trying to get through to me. And it wasn't him, because it clicked in my head later on after the fact that I had gotten a friend request from my first ex-boyfriend. It was him who was texting me. I forgot he had my number. So I immediately swiped and hit the delete icon and then click delete and report junk. And then I deleted the friend request, because in my mind I'm like, this is weird. I've got some powers or something, or God is speaking to me. And so I went with the God is speaking to me, right? And in my dream, I walked away from it, and I was really thinking to myself, like, okay, this is like a test. Like, does this person still hold power over me? Because there was one point in my life when they still did, after the fact that we broke up. And so this time around, I was like, immediately delete and report the number. And I just felt like, what? That's so weird. Like, that is so weird that my subconscious brain was working like that. Like, things in the universe, things around me were working like that to put this intense, vivid dream in my mind. And then, like, moments after waking up, this person is reaching out to me. I'm like, that's just, that to me, those things are not just coincidence. And then I mentioned, I think in this vlog, that I applied to another airline and I'm really nervous about it. So then moments after that, I had been waiting for the airline that I applied to reach out to me, like get back to me about my application that I submitted. And so the morning that I woke up in Baltimore and received the friend request and text from my ex-boyfriend, moments after, I was like, you know, my ex can text me, but this airline can't get back to me, you know, just being petty. And I remember saying that out loud to myself when I woke up. And I'm not even kidding. This appeared across my screen right after I said that. Insert text here. That, I dropped my phone and I like gasped out loud. And I tore the covers off the bed and I just paced around my hotel room because I couldn't believe like what was happening. Just the sequence of events. To me, that was a wink from God that morning, telling me like, leave the past in the past, and also if doors are opening up for a new future, like this is the next step in the process. And so I just felt so like shook by it, but also this immense wave of this is God, and anything that is God, that it touches my life, I feel so blessed by and so like in awe by. So anyways, that happened very recently. That's what keeps my faith strong, to be honest, because I do definitely get doubtful sometimes when I'm going through a low or just a patch that feels like stagnant. I don't like feeling stagnant or complacent. I like to challenge myself to try new things. And so doing this new airline, you know, applying to this new airline to be a flight attendant for them is that challenge. And I really did challenge myself a couple years ago in the summer of 2023 when I decided to become a flight attendant in the first place. That was a very challenging process, and I talk about it in my last video. And basically just saying how it was very much a culture shock, but it's propelled me to be so much more confident and strong in who I am. And I've learned a lot about people, and I've learned a lot about myself through learning about people. Why was I feeling so critical when I was on the plane? Why was I feeling so judgmental all the time? And really all of these perceptions were just projections of things that I was feeling very insecure about. So yes, being a flight attendant has taught me a lot about myself. And I love that I was able to challenge myself by joining my airline that I'm still currently with now, my first airline. Who knows what's going to happen in the future, but I would love that step up challenge. And for me, that looks like joining a legacy carrier. But I really have been weighing this out This hasn't been some impulsive decision. Like, I've been weighing out what this would look like for me in my future. This is what I mean when I say I'm putting this in God's hands. I see the benefit in joining this new airline for myself. I really, really do. But this is where faith comes into play, and you're watching this unfold. Like, if you follow my journey past this video today and on, I'm very excited to see how this unfolds too. You know, you and I are both we're watching this at the same time. You're watching me go through this, and this is the type of stuff that I want to document, because this does feel vulnerable to share. This does feel like something that I don't want people to know, but at the same time, I know that God is going to be at the center of this, because he is who I'm putting first at the center of my world. So I know that even if I don't understand something right now, that doesn't mean that it's not going to make sense later on down the line when I see how God was actually working all along during this time. You know what I mean? So I just have to give myself grace in that regard too. And I also believe that I am so much stronger and capable and confident and solid in myself now. Like, I have a solid foundation now. That's something that I've been working through so hard in therapy and just, you know, in life with God, is please God, give me that solid foundation to be a confident woman, to know what I want versus what I don't want, how to set a boundary. But I'm also human. I'm also going to make mistakes. So I have to give myself grace in that regard. But that's just kind of what has unfolded since the last video that I posted, when I mentioned that I closed a chapter recently, which I did. You know, his phone number is still blocked, and I don't have the intention of unblocking it. Have I been dreaming about him every single night for the last like 4 nights? Yeah. And that's kind of ever since the thing happened in my dreams with my ex-boyfriend that I just told you about, the one who sent me a friend request and texted me. I've been like kind of reading into my dreams, like, is there a message that God is telling me? Is there something that I need to know? And the dream that I dreamt about my situationship last night, it's actually very beautiful. Honestly, all of the dreams have been really beautiful. Just very like peaceful, like closure piece. And last night I dreamt that he told me he was following God. And that is so beautiful to me, because this person has told me time and time again that that's not for them. Like, religion was never their thing, and science, they're more science-based. So I totally respect that. I don't, you know, where I'm going with that is hearing him say that to me in a dream and it feeling real in the moment in the dream was just like, I woke up like, wow, I can't believe that happened. But I'm sure part of why I'm dreaming so much about him lately is obviously because I miss him, which I do miss him. I wish him the best. But again, leave it in God's hands. Everything is gonna work out exactly as it should. There's no doubt in my mind about that. And I'm just here sharing my journey with you guys about it. So anyway, those were the like winks from God that I've had recently, and I just needed to share those because they honestly are really cool to me. There's no way that morning in Baltimore was just a coincidence with those 2 consecutive things happening, one right after the other. Like, come on. But anyways, it's Monday. I don't go back to work until Wednesday, so I'll be vlogging, and I'll probably sit down after this video, after I do my makeup, I mean, to do a full like main channel type of video, like one that's not a vlog, one of my main ones where I'm sitting down and talking to you guys. And I think I want it to be about family. I recently went on a road trip with my friend Alexis to Utah. We went to Moab, did Canyonlands and Arches National Park. I think I told you guys this already at the beginning of this vlog. But anyways, when I was there, I just had a moment where I was reflecting really, really strongly on things. And one of the things that came to my mind during that reflection was how fortunate and blessed I am to have the family that I have, to have my siblings, and how close we are, and how close I am with my mom. I know not everyone is fortunate enough to have that, and I wish everyone could experience what it's like to have a tight-knit, loving, immediate family circle. But the story of me and my family, wow, where would I even start? That's why I want to sit down and do a video about it, because it means so much to me. And I realized that sometimes I've taken family for granted and not appreciated it enough. And this past weekend I just kind of had like that epiphany moment of, oh my gosh, this thing that so many people pray for and have longed for, I don't want to take that for granted, and I thank God every day that I have that. So I'm just gonna make a video about it. I don't know how yet I want to format it, but I think the importance of family is something that I want to stress. And yeah, I think that's gonna be a great next video, because that's what's heavy on my mind right now. Also, what do you guys think of my new videos? Like, I know it's different. I know that it's obviously like Christian centered, which is not for everyone. I'm not sure I want every single video I do to be Christian centered, even though I have said I want God to be like the center of my channel. I want to always put him first. There is that aspect, but maybe I do a video where it's just like, I don't know, fun, like a challenge video. The early YouTube era challenge videos were my favorite. The comfort channels, all of it, and I kind of want to be that in some aspect, but I want it all to be on one channel. Like, I don't want to start multiple ones. I do have an ASMR channel, so I haven't uploaded though in years, and I think there's only 2 videos on there, but honestly they got really good feedback. The ASMR community is very nice and supportive, so maybe I'll try that again, because I actually really enjoy it. Like, it's soothing to me to do it, even if on camera and for other people to enjoy. Like, I enjoy doing it, so we'll see about that. But yeah, I'm gonna finish up my makeup, and then if I find something else vlog worthy, then I'll turn the camera back on. But I wanted to share that with you guys. Thanks. I just finished filming the intro for my next video. Oh my gosh, I'm really excited for this video, but I'm also really nervous. But I know that because God is the center of it, I'm going to be just fine. So, like I've mentioned, you have to take a leap of faith, and the faith part kicks in when moments like this of uncertainty happen, where you don't know what the outcome is going to be, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I think what makes me nervous is the fact that I'm being so vulnerable when privacy is something that I value a lot. And so when it comes to social media and posting things, I like to be very meticulous about how it's presented and the lens that it's presented through. So yeah, I just finished filming the intro part, and it's gonna be a bit before that video is actually posted, because I will need to film it in like different segments. There's different visuals that I want to capture for it instead of a traditional sit down and talk video to you guys. I want it to have like more visual elements to it, and meeting my family. So yeah, that's what I just did. I did deep clean the house earlier. I'm not sure if I mentioned that to you guys, but I think I'm going to take the time to edit some videos and kind of go from there. So I'm nervous, but yeah. Good morning, guys. It's the next day. It's Tuesday, June 3rd. It's only 48 degrees outside, but I've decided that I'm gonna go for a walk. It's 8 in the morning. I want to get 3 miles in. I recently made a pact with a few of my friends to try to live healthier lifestyles, because the next thing that, you know, is on my list of goals that I want to accomplish is to get my body to a figure that to me is healthy. And it's
that's not what I feel like I am now. I know that what I consume is not good. So I want to make the effort to eat healthier, cleaner, and also move more. And I want to start by doing something realistic, which is walking. I love running, but I don't think I'm quite there yet to want to get back into it. I have a goal of doing a 5K this summer. That's very doable for me. I think it's important to set realistic expectations when you're trying to lose weight or live healthier and cleaner lifestyles. So we made a pact that every week we will do one exercise and we have to cut out one thing. We have to fast it for that whole week. So I want to do my 3-mile walk today, especially because after today I go back to work and I work like 6 days in a row of reserve, which basically means on call. So if they need me, they can pull me and send me out flying wherever. And so I have 6 days in a row of that, and sometimes it's hard to fit in when you're flying. The gym, for me personally, because I am a very sleepy, tired person after I get off the plane for the day, I usually just want to go to my room, eat some food, and then after I eat, I'm usually like pretty full and just want to sleep. And I'm trying to break that habit. But anyways, today I want to do my one exercise. If I do more, that's great. Like, but there at least has to be one exercise for the week and fasting one thing. And that thing for me will be Cheetos, because I'm obsessed with hot Cheetos. And it can't be healthy to consume that amount of Red 40, which I've grown up doing my whole life, basically. So there's that. And yeah, I just wanted to bring you guys with me and let you know that that is kind of what the goal is for this week. Hey guys, so I just made it and it's very, very wet. It's not raining hard, but it is drizzling, and I grabbed the jacket that doesn't have a hood. So the place that I'm at is like a wildlife refuge place, and you can drive through it, but you can also walk the trails. So I'm considering like doing the drive and then hope that when I'm finished with the drive it's cleared. But I don't know, I might just go for it. Cause like, why not? You know, it might get worse if I do the drive. It's really not that bad right now. It's just like a drizzle. This is literally what it looks like. It's not, you can't even see on the windshield really how little there is. See the little specks? Yeah, it's not raining super hard. So I think I'm just gonna do it. And if I get wet, I get wet, but at least I tried. Guys, I don't really know what the protocol is here. I was just trying to get back to my car because it's really wet and my feet are like soaked. Oh, and to finish the trail is really long. I was just gonna use my treadmill at home to finish my 3 miles. What the fuck? Can it kill me? He's eating something. I don't want to get attacked. What's really great about coming at a time like this when it's so gloomy and rainy is that no one wants to drive or walk through the refuge. So there's like no cars tailing me. Normally I have to pull over every 5 minutes to let people pass me by because I will stay and watch. I love watching wildlife. And I feel like they all really came out to play today. So I'm just starting in the refuge. If there's anything else cool and just exciting, I'll be sure to film it for you guys. Yeah, I'm just so excited that like they're all just really active right now.
there's a little fox just trotting along. Alright guys, I just made it back home from the grocery store, so I'm about to unpack all of my food. After that, I'm gonna get on the treadmill and do my 3 miles. After that, I'm just going to meal prep and then get some of my stuff together for work tomorrow. Since I work the early morning reserve shift, I'll go on call starting as of 2 a.m. So I just want to make sure that everything is prepped and ready to go. It's only 11:40 right now. It's not even noon quite yet. But I think I'm going to call this vlog a wrap and just kind of get situated for tomorrow. I don't think you guys really care to see how I prep for work. Maybe one day I'll do flight attendant videos, but I just don't really want that to become like the focus of my channel. But anyways, yeah, if you watched it, thank you so much. I really enjoyed just bringing the camera around, especially I spend so much time on my own that having the camera actually just feels kind of nice to like talk, even though it's just to my camera, to you guys. So give this video a thumbs up if you liked it so I know to do more. I think I will do more, but depending on how well this is received, I'll know like if I should tweak it or like, you know, come up with more ideas. So thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video.